Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, the Glammed Rebel. I hope everyone's having a good day. Please like, comment, and subscribe for daily updates. Bold and beautiful spoilers. Will Spencer be caught between Electra and Luna in the Virgin vs. Vixen redux? The Virgin vs. Vixen storyline returns with a deadly twist. The bold and the beautiful has never been shy about recycling storylines. Longtime viewers know the show thrives on generational drama, family rivalries, and love triangles that often repeat across decades with different faces, but eerily familiar dynamics. And now, the soap has dusted off one of its most infamous formulas, the Virgin vs. Vixen love triangle, and repackaged it with Will Spencer, Electra Forrester, and Luna Nozawa. Except this time, the bad girl isn't just manipulative, she's a full-blown murderer walking free. This article dives deep into the recycled narrative, the darker twist involving Luna's past, the echoes of Liam, Steffi/Hope saga, fan backlash, and the possible directions this triangle might take. Strap in, because this is both a rehash of familiar beats and an escalation into dangerous, almost absurd soap territory. The setup: echoes of Hope and Steffi. Soap fans have long memories, and B&B isn't even pretending to hide the similarities between this storyline and the Hope, Steffi, Liam saga that dominated screens for over 15 years. Electra Forrester, Linnea Grace, takes on the role of a good girl. Sweet, ambitious, and vulnerable, she's carrying heavy trauma after stalker Remy Forrester created explicit deepfakes of her. That violation has left her understandably hesitant to move forward sexually with boyfriend Will Spencer. Just as Hope Logan once asked Liam to wait until marriage, Electra isn't ready for intimacy, not because of a moral pledge, but because of psychological scars. Will Spencer, Crew Moro, mirrors Liam. So far, he's been patient, supportive, and protective of Electra. He even risked his life to help stop Remy. But Spencer men have a genetic weakness: indecisiveness and wandering eyes. His father Bill bounced between women constantly, and Liam's endless waffling between Hope and Steffi defined a generation of storytelling. It's almost inevitable that Will fall victim to the same cycle. Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, is the bad girl of the triangle, but with an unhinged twist. Where Steffi was seductive, bold, and manipulative, Luna is dangerous on another level. As Sheila Carter's granddaughter and Finn's biological daughter, she has inherited not just the Forrester family connections, but also Sheila's psychotic streak. Fans may find this setup familiar. The same familiar elements are all present: a good girl hesitant to have sex, a bad girl aggressively pursuing the guy, and the Spencer man caught in the middle. The middle? Only now, the Vixen isn't just morally gray, she's a pardoned killer. Luna Nozawa, from designer to double murder. To understand why this triangle is so controversial, we need to examine Luna's past. Once introduced as a quirky, fashion-loving intern, Luna's story took an unimaginable turn when the writers decided to graft Sheila Carter's legacy of violence onto her. Her rap sheet is jaw-dropping. Murdered Tom Starr and Hollis in cold blood. Kidnapped Steffi Forrester and held her hostage. She named her mother Poppy for her crimes. Shot both Sheila Carter and Liam Spencer during a beach house shootout. Manipulated multiple people using lies, seduction, and threats. Any one of these crimes would normally guarantee a soap character either death or life behind bars. Instead, the writers pulled a soap-only deus ex machina. Luna received a full gubernatorial pardon. Overnight, she went from violent fugitive to free woman, walking around Los Angeles as though nothing had happened. Fans were outraged by this choice. Social media exploded with disbelief, calling it ludicrous, unrealistic, and lazy writing. The outrage has only intensified now that Luna is being positioned as a viable romantic rival to Electra in a storyline echoing one of the show's most infamous triangles. The Spencer curse, Will's inevitable waffling. What makes this triangle so frustrating for fans is Will's position. He has shown no interest in Luna. In fact, he actively helped expose her crimes. He's been loyal to Electra, supporting her healing journey and proving himself a patient, compassionate partner. But if B&B history teaches us anything, It's that Spencer men cannot resist temptation forever. Bill cheated on Katie multiple times. Liam practically made a career out of bouncing between Steffi and Hope. Even Wyatt found himself entangled in love triangles he couldn't. The Spencer men struggle with indecision, and fans anticipate a test for Will soon. St. Luna is already targeting Will. She's conspiring with Sheila about how to seduce him, mocking Electra's trauma in cruel fashion, and plotting to destroy the couple's bond. Just as Steffi once mocked Hope's virginity and used it as leverage, Luna is exploiting Electra's intimacy struggles. The parallels are undeniable. Why this triangle is even worse than the original. The Steffi to Liam, Hope triangle lasted over a decade because both sides had legitimate rooting value. Hope represented innocence, morality, and stability. Steffi embodied passion, confidence, and boldness. Both women were flawed, but both were compelling. Luna, however, is not on Steffi's level. She's not just manipulative, she's homicidal. The show challenges viewers to accept that Will could harbor feelings for someone who has committed murder and stalked, framed, and traumatized others, including his own family. That's not romantic tension, it's absurd. This is why many fans argue the storyline is doomed. The stakes are too extreme. Unlike Steffi, Luna cannot be redeemed into a legitimate love interest without erasing her violent past. Electra's trauma and innocence are being set up as the vulnerable counterpoint, but the imbalance makes the triangle feel exploitative rather than engaging. Fan outrage. We've seen this before. Fans are vocal about their frustration. Fans are venting. Fans are venting their frustration through Reddit threads, Twitter hashtags, and Facebook groups. We just spent 15 years watching Liam waffle. Now they're doing it again with Will. Luna is a murderer. Is it reasonable for them to anticipate that we will perceive the story as a romance? Electra deserves better than to be Hope 2.0. The writers have lost touch with reality. This isn't soapy fun, it's insulting. This backlash highlights a deeper issue. In today's entertainment landscape, audiences have endless choices. Recycling old plots without adding nuance or credibility risks alienating longtime fans who crave fresh, character-driven drama. Possible directions: 3 scenarios. Despite fan backlash, the writers seem committed to this storyline. Where could it go? Here are 3 likely scenarios. 1. The classic rehash. Gives into temptation and oscillates between Electra and Luna. He kisses Luna in a moment of weakness. Electra finds out, and years of back and forth ensue. This approach is the most predictable option, and the one fans dread most. 2. The explosive implosion. Luna's psychopathy escalates. Instead of being a viable love interest, she becomes a dangerous stalker. Will and Electra are forced to unite against her. Turning the triangle into more. This approach is a thriller. This approach could work if the writers lean into Luna as a full-blown villain rather than pretending she's an equal romantic option. 3. The external disruption. The triangle collapses due to outside interference. Remy could return, teaming up with Luna for maximum chaos. Or Sheila could pull Luna into another criminal scheme that derails her pursuit of Will. Casting changes could also force an abrupt end if actors leave or storylines shift. Why this story matters? At its core, this storyline represents a crossroads for the bold and the beautiful. The show can either lean into recycled tropes and alienate fans, or innovate by twisting familiar patterns into something thrilling and fresh. Electra's trauma is a powerful, relevant storyline that deserves sensitive handling. Will's journey into adulthood could be an exploration of breaking the Spencer cycle of waffling. Luna's psychopathic personality would make her the next outstanding soap villain if used correctly. But forcing these elements into a tired love triangle risks wasting all their potential. Conclusion: history repeating with a darker edge. The Will, Electra, Luna triangle is undeniably a modern retread of the Hope, Liam, Steffi saga. The archetypes align perfectly: the hesitant good girl, the Spencer man destined to waffle, and the bold bad girl exploiting the situation. But Luna's criminal history makes this version darker, more dangerous, and far less believable. Fans are entitled to be skeptical. The show has asked a lot from its audience over the years, but believing Will might genuinely fall for a woman who has killed and manipulated those closest to him may be too much to swallow. If the writers want this storyline to succeed, they need to pivot, either by turning Luna into a full-blown villain or by finding new ways to explore Will and Electra's romance without compromising the integrity of the plot. If this saga persists for an additional 15 years, it won't merely replicate the past, it will pierce the core. It will haunt the very essence of what makes the bold and the beautiful compelling. You are welcome to share any video requests in the comments. I will make a video about it. Stay connected with the Glammed Rebel for all the latest updates, spoilers, and deep dive recaps. See you in the next video. Stay safe and healthy. May God protect you. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell button for daily updates.